So in this project recap, we are talking about a shoot that we did recently for another food product brand. This one was definitely I'd say it's one of our bigger ones. It was a lot of product to shoot. We
had about 20 flavor variations.
Yeah, so it was just a lot of variations to shoot. So lots of deliverables. We had about a 4-person team. Here, why don't we start off by let's talk location first.
I was just gonna say I want to talk location first. I really liked where we were shooting. This one came from Peer Space. It was challenging to find a location that had both indoor and outdoor spaces that fit our needs, because we did have some outdoor shots on our shot list that we wanted to get, specifically for a video involving yoga. And then indoors, there was a lot of very specific needs that the client had requested. So we went through a lot of different spaces and ultimately landed on this one. And I'm really glad we did, because it turned out to be perfect in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
It was a great peer space to shoot in. The owner was also super nice, which helps. I think sometimes shooting in someone's space on peer space, a lot of these,
it's hit or miss.
It's hit or miss. And some of these are people's homes. In this case, it was. And you don't know what to expect when you show up if you haven't been there before. This one, the guy was just super nice, super accommodating, and that helped definitely to just make the process easier.
Yeah. So one of those things, like one of the main features of the house was the kitchen is what we really needed. I would argue like 60% of the entire shoot was going to take place in the kitchen. So we definitely needed a nice kitchen space.
Yeah, we needed bright and airy, nice open space, enough room to do things on the counter, but also have a good background that made it look like a kitchen.
Right.
Some kitchens, we wanted specifically a kitchen island. And some kitchens, the island doesn't line up so that you can shoot in a way where it looks like it's a kitchen.
Or sometimes there was like a beautiful white cabinet background, but the island was like a dark stone. And I was like, it's not going to work.
Yeah, it wasn't going to work for what we needed for, especially with the client's needs. But this one was perfect. I think the kitchen couldn't have been better.
Yeah.
In this situation. We're also working with great talent. We worked with Maddie, and Maddie's someone we've worked with in the past. And what's cool about working with her, like a lot of our other talent that we continue to work with, she does what we do professionally, and she also models on the side. She was doing this more as a favor to us because we asked her. I don't think she does a whole lot of modeling anymore, but having somebody that knows what we're doing is super helpful, because she's able to bounce ideas back and forth. Sometimes
she understands what we're looking for in terms of like framing and stuff like that.
Exactly. And I think that went a long way, it ultimately speeds the process up.
Yeah.
Because she's not one step ahead of us. She's with us on the next step
Exactly.
the whole time, which is super cool. And with this shoot, I know my brain was a bit occupied just trying to keep track of the different flavors and make sure that we were getting everything we needed with each one. We had literally like 18 or 20 different flavors of the product. And that's challenging in a lot of ways. First of all, we're having to go through boxes of the product and pick out the best ones, the ones that were the least crinkly, and that alone takes time. We had an entire kitchen table and some that was just all product laid out, where that usually ends up being my job, is going through and like sometimes Nick will pick out the top 3 that he thinks are the best, and then I'll go in and pick out the best one out of those 3, and we sort of continually refine until we have the best possible one to shoot with. Which with a product like this, it's tough because everything gets crinkly. It's just the nature of it. They can ship it as nicely as they want to. It's going to happen. But between that and then just making sure that each product had a feature and enough features where it was the front and center was difficult.
Yeah, no, while you were focused on that, I was kind of just focused on the shoot as a whole, making sure that everyone was, taken care of. The model. We also had another one for a BTS and kind of PA situation. We talked about this in a previous video, but once again, it proved that, having that extra person for both capturing behind the scenes and just the PA tasks was invaluable. Like we needed them for so much, and they were super, super helpful. They totally helped you with the organization as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Having somebody to be like, okay, these are the next 5 that I want to make sure we shoot. Can you just like hold them?
Yeah, or get these on deck,
or
ready
hand me
to
the
go.
next one, like one at a time. Like let's swap them out. Make sure we're making 2 piles, shot and unshot. Super helpful.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, we don't have all day, especially when we rent the Pure Space. We are kind of on the clock, especially with, a bigger crew. All of them kind of have a time cutoff as well. So we felt a little bit rushed due to all those time restraints and all the products that we had to shoot, because, one of the harder things to do is to capture a variety of images and video shots of products in one space. So like, if we're only shooting in this one building, how can we make all these shots look different? And that's one of the key things to product photography and videography is, you have to use different angles, different lighting, different mini side props to just change the scene enough to make things look different and get a good variety.
Yeah, we want to get as much variety as possible for the client, because it's not doesn't make sense financially to do a whole bunch of shoots at a whole bunch of different spots. So when we do one at a location, we really need to not stretch things, but make it look like we're not stretching things in order to have true variety out of the space we're working with.
It starts in the pre-production when we're searching for locations. One of the criteria is obviously, does it have that nice kitchen and stuff like that? But it's also like, okay, does it have the nice kitchen? And then what other rooms are going to be good for shooting in?
Yeah, and like we mentioned, this one had an outdoor space, which
that back patio was perfect.
And it was close to the city, which is not necessarily easy to find a space that has indoor and outdoor spaces that look great.
Right.
This house I loved this house. Just in general, like I would buy that house if I could pick that house up and put it somewhere and afford it. I would buy that house. I loved the house. And the way that the owner had it set up, you could point the camera anywhere. And,
very true.
so that made the shooting experience really nice.